Good morning, Shillings. Mr. Bruce here. How you doing? Today's book was brought into us by the twins, Alexa and Amelia, and it is a great one. It's called Puffin Peter. It has some of the best artwork we've seen and a great story. So before we get started, eyes watching, ears listening, voices quiet, body calm. Peter the Puffin. A puffin is a bird. It's kind of like a penguin, kind of like a parrot, somewhere in between. And it lives out way, way south of here in the water, out in the ocean, and it jumps off rocks and goes fishing. It's a very funny looking bird, as you can tell. This is Peter, and that's his friend Paul. They look pretty much the same, don't they? Maybe they're twins. Well, Peter and Paul were best friends. Paul made Peter laugh by being funny and noisy. They spent their days happily fishing around their rocky island. They would dive off into the rocks and go fishing. It was a good life. One day, while they were out in the ocean diving, looking for fish, a big storm came up on them. A very big, a giant storm. Look at the waves. Peter was blown away and got separated from Paul. He was lost. And the rains kept up, and he blew far, far out to sea, up and down with the waves, getting farther and farther away. Finally, the storm was over and the sun came out. Peter opened his eyes and said, "Where am I? And where's Paul? I'm all alone." All of a sudden he heard a voice and it said, "Hello. Are you lost?" said a large blue whale. Oh my goodness, he was riding right on top of that whale. "Yes," said Peter. "I've lost my best friend, Paul. I can't find him." Look at the friendly look on the whale's face. Whales always look friendly. "Well, tell me what he's like," asked the whale. "Maybe we can find him." "Oh, he's funny and he's noisy. Can you help me find him? Can you?" Said the whale. "Funny and noisy he is. I know just where to look." And they set off together, sailing to where the whale had been before. Well, they arrived at a small island. "Which one is Paul?" asked the whale. The birds were funny and noisy, but they were nothing like Paul. "Paul is not a parrot. Paul has feathers black and white like me, not all those colored feathers." Oh. So the whale said, "Funny and noisy and black and white feathers? Oh, I think I know just where to look." And they went off to the North Pole where it was very cold. And the birds, well, they were funny and noisy and they were black and white, but they were nothing like Paul. "Paul is not a penguin," said Peter. "Paul's beak is very colorful, like mine." Funny, noisy, black and white, with a colorful beak, said the whale. "I know where to look." And they set off again, and the next bird they saw was funny, noisy, black and white, had a colorful beak, but still it wasn't Paul. "Paul is not a toucan." "Oh, we are never going to find him," said Peter. He was very upset. Peter was sad. The whale didn't know where else to look. They drifted and drifted and drifted all across the sea. A few days later, some islands appeared way far away from the whale and Peter. They went in that direction. Peter was so disappointed he hadn't found Paul, he never even looked up. They got closer and closer. "Look," the whale said. "What's that? It looks like rocks out of the water." And they saw something in the sky, and it was Well, it was black and white, and it had a colorful beak, and it was coming towards them flying, and it was funny and noisy, and it was Paul. Peter was so happy. "So this is Paul," said the whale. "Why didn't you tell me?" And Peter said, "Tell you what?" And the whale smiled and said, "That he's a puffin like you. I know what a puffin looks like." The end. That was a great book. Thanks again, girls. I love this book. I love the art in it so much. It was so many great colors. Look at that. It looks just like underwater out in the ocean. So here's my question. When they were really started out in the beginning on their island, they had all their friends, they were jumping in. It's another counting game. How many puffins are on that page? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, if you need help, ask your folks for help, and they'll help you out with that. Okay? Until tomorrow, I want you all to be good to your parents and wash your hands. Bye-bye.